Good morning, Sacred Spiritual Healer, your general reading. During my meditation and shuffling of the decks, I got a channeled message from Spirit that it was imperative that I get across with a very urgency. So I'm going to go into that channel first before I start delving out the cards. Alright, so, and it's an important message for everyone in the collective. Not necessarily for any specific person. So Spirit wants you to know that now there's a lot during this today and tomorrow, throughout the end of December, there's a lot of changes coming very rapidly. The solar flares are bringing in change and high energy. There are portals opening. Spirit wants you to use these portals to release all fears, to surrender your fear to the divine. But the urgency is also to surrender or to release generational curses, generational traumas, as well as your past life traumas. Now's the time to go into meditation and surrender those traumas, to be shown what those traumas may be if you're not aware of what they are, but to cut the cords and surrender them during these portals. This will allow space to come in for this higher vibration that's occurring with the solar flares coming into the atmosphere. The Earth's going to be vibrating at a higher frequency, a higher vibration, and it's imperative that you raise your vibration to the higher. Also to surrender any blockages, release any blockages, do your chakra healing. And it's imperative that you do the inner child healing at this time, during this month of December, so that you're releasing all these traumas and old baggage, the old karmics. The karmics you're holding on to need to be let go. They are no longer serving you, otherwise you're going to end up carrying it into the new year, the new cycle. Things that need to move forward, and Spirit is rearranging or making those changes in the lives for the ones that, if your counterpart is staying with the karmic, then Spirit is moving things around, moving you to a new situation that will still awaken you in union with self. One of the healing methods would be to release your fears and deceits, the lies. You have to stand in your truth to move forward. You don't have to go announcing who you are or about deceits, but you have to forgive yourself for the deceit and lies. The lies you've told yourself, the lies you've told others, the deceitful actions, you have to forgive yourself, release that to the ethers so that you can be free of it. And one way to do that would be to write yourself an email. Make sure it's addressed just to you. You want to make sure that that's only going to you. And at the top of the email, you're going to label it, I release all my fears, all my deceits and lies, and I surrender them to the divine. Then you're going to list 10 fears that you are holding on to about moving forward. Then you'll list 10 lies that you're telling yourself that's holding you back. List 10 lies that you've told other people so that you can forgive yourself for them and change and be in your truth. Then you're going to list 10 ways you've deceived others as well as yourself. You're going to send this email to yourself with the intent of surrendering it, with the intent of cutting the cords and freeing yourself of those so that you can move forward. Then, of course, once it goes into your or your inbox, you're welcome to delete it. But the energy, not only verbalizing it to yourself out loud during meditation, because our throat chakra is our manifestation, the bridge to manifestation. But this email will also put energy into action to the ether so that spirit or the universe knows that you're not satisfied with the way you've been and that you're looking to change, and you're inviting that change back to your life for the greater good. Okay, so it's imperative though that Spirit wants people to know that change is coming rapid, so you're going to be getting a lot more downloads more rapidly. Going to increase the DNA very rapidly the next couple days for your ascension process, for your own awakening, for your highest good. There will be rapid, so if you're feeling sick from the higher vibration, it's because your body's acclimating to that higher vibration with all these downloads. Alright, so let's get into this reading. Spirit, give us true precise messages, please. Overall energy for the collective. One for the Divine Feminine, one for the Divine Masculine, please. True precise messages for the collective. For today's energy of what's coming at them, how their day is going to go. We'll be spilling the tea for the day. True precise messages for the Divine Feminine, please. True precise messages for the feminine energy, rather. Spirit knows. Oh, really? Look at them in a second. Okay, true and precise messages of how the Divine Masculine is doing today. True and precise messages of the energy for the Divine Masculine watching in the collective, or the Divine Feminine counterpart. So we got 3 cards for each. Let me set these over here. Good Lord. It's a reading all in itself, Spirit. Alright. I'm going to give you the readings that, the energy I pull off these, but then I'm going to pull the book out probably and go from there as well. Spirit, give me an animal oracle to match up with the feminine's energy and to match up with the overall masculine energy, please. Yeah. Animal oracle to match up the energy for the feminine. The High Priestess in the collective. Well, I wasn't going to take it, but okay. Those are for the male. Masculine, rather. I don't know why I forget to put this microphone on. This just gives me a better idea of what we're dealing with. Okay. Wait. I cleared off, if you notice. I did make more room on the table. Alright, Indy. So the Divine Feminines right now are, this number first of all is 63. It breaks to a 9. And this little Indy guy, as adorable as he is, he's not having the courage to make a decision. So Indy is indecisive. Indy is indecisive. He's wishy-washy. He doesn't know if he's coming in on the wish or on the wash type thing. So he listens to spirit guides, and he's in his trying to tune into his intuition, but he's not trusting his intuition, or he's not believing in himself enough to make a precise decision, a cut and dry decision. One minute he wants this one minute he wants that one, and as soon as you think he has decided, he's like, well, what if it changes? Well, what if this? What if that? Right? They go through the mental mind, or the anxiety of the, I always call it the monkey mind, of the what ifs. What if this? What if that? Now, if you're being proactive and thinking, okay, I want to prepare in case this happens, that's okay. You're being proactive in that sense. But Indy isn't in that situation. He's actually causing this poor critter to be indecisive and not make a decision. But by not making a decision, it's a decision in itself, right? Because time doesn't stand still, right? The world is still turning. Energy continues to move. Things are going to change. So you're either going to, if you don't make a decision, you're going to stay in that same, let's just use the karmic situation, for example. If a person, I'm not going to define gender, but if a person's still with the karmic and they haven't pulled away yet, well, they can't move forward with the counterpart until that karmic cycle ends. They have to pull that energy away from that, the toxicity of it. That's just an example. It goes that way for anything. If they're not pulling their energy, making a decision of, you know, if they want the red car or the white car. You can't have both unless you're a millionaire, right? So somebody's being indecisive. This is the spirit dancer. Another 9. So you have 2 9s. Spirit dancer is feeling herself, being in her power, trusting, dancing to the spirits, you know, calling in, manifesting things. But if she's in the energy of wishy-washy, one minute she might be calling in a soulmate, one minute she's calling in a twin flame, the other minute she's like, well, I want to be single. But you have to make a decision, because Spirit's trying to bring these things to you, and in order for them to keep moving things around and changing of what you're manifesting, you have to be precise in your manifestations. You can't manifest being single and call in a soulmate and a twin flame. They are different. So those 3 different energies you're pulling in and not making a decision which way you're going to go. And then, of course, that indecision is going to cause a tower moment. So this is the RAR, and the RAR is a tower. It's a number 7 card. 52 breaks to a 7, and it looks like just a big energy ball. And this energy ball likes to make chaos. It increases the energy of the energy around it. So let's just use children for example. If you have 5 children and one of them is really hyper and running around, jumping on furniture, playing, maybe they're only 3 years old, don't know better, but that high vibe energy is going to increase the energy of the other children, right? So that they're going to start jumping on the couch and they're going to go crazy too. But if you have a child that's sitting down reading or watching TV or playing a video game, the other children are going to pull in and do that as well. But it usually goes off the highest energy. So if whatever that highest energy level is where the roar follows. So if it's all positive high energy, like someone being really active in their mission or in their soul purpose and, you know, vibrating really high with positivity, healing people and so forth, then this is just going to come in and increase that availability, bringing the abundance to it and bringing more energy of like energy. But if it's of a low vibration, or not really a low vibration, it goes to the highest vibration. However, if it's not for the use of good, like the child jumping on a couch story, then it's going to follow that high vibe. All right, so that's this kind of tower moment. So if you're vibing really high, doing really good, positive things, then this is going to be the tower moment that increases really good things coming to you. So it's not a bad tower versus good tower, but in the sense, it's going to create higher energy, increase the energy that's in the environment, whether it be good or bad for the feminine. The shark here is all about, he delves into truth and very much delving into emotions, desires, very mysterious, but directness, like, well, okay, I'm an Aquarius, so I'm going to say it's like an Aquarius trait, right? We're very direct and truthful. Sometimes truth hurts, but it's the truth, so sit in it, right? It's like you made your bed, lay in it. You don't have to say it with hateful words, it's just being direct with it. Don't have to say it with sarcasm to hurt someone. Just, again, being direct, but it might bite. Diving down into the emotions as well. Bringing up the truth of from the darkness. The gazelle is a very fire energy as well. This gazelle, though, is very perceptive. Sitting down, taking a break. Maybe you need to rest more, but it's a very graceful and yet vulnerable creature when sitting down. So perhaps right now someone needs to rest a little bit, sitting down, take a break, but still stay in your power. Meditate at this time. Go down in deep and find those emotional traumas that need releasing. Okay, so for the masculines in the group, undressing of a salad. Woo. Okay. He's juggling a lot here. The undressing of the salad has all these little areas where he's trying to put his energy. Again, it's like the indecision. He doesn't want to decide which one of these, so he thinks he's just going to keep juggling all of these energies, all these little balls or globes, right? But you can see about the chaos that it's causing around, all these people watching and not knowing which direction to go. Do you want this one? No, this one. Again, indecision. Mirroring one another, actually, if you noticed. A collective of pixies. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, by the way, this is 31, so it breaks to a 4. This breaks to a 3. The pixies are, the collective of pixies are there to help you decide to be free and dance, and remember to be youthful like a child. Yes, be innocent and vulnerable. You see these little pixies are naked as a jaybird. They are innocent. They don't see anything wrong with dancing naked in the moonlight because they're innocent. They don't judge one another. They don't expect someone to be judging them. So Spirit's saying, be more childlike, not to go dance naked in the moon unless you don't live in a cul-de-sac, then you're okay. But also to is about celebration here. And so is this one. Spirit dancer looks like she's celebrating, dancing with the spirits. And that's what the pixies want you to do as well. Dance with the spirits. Listen to your intuition, your higher self, and dance with joy. Appreciate the little things that are around you that you just, like, hey, you know what? I didn't realize how beautiful that is. I really like that item or that thing. Be grateful. Be appreciative for what you have. Okay, so the friends is all about, again, mirroring one another, but best friends. This is about being that, it's like a soul tie, whether it's a soulmate or a twin flame, either way, for this card, it's about that soul tie that you can share everything with this person. And this is somebody that already, you feel like you've known them not only all of your life this time, but you've lived another lifetime with them. And perhaps in a twin flame situation you have. It's being free and childlike with that person and knowing that it's okay. They don't judge you and you don't judge them. And you're just going to have fun together, share your ideas, share your dreams with each other, and soar with that and move forward, and maybe even go into business together or a partnership together, so that you can maintain this happiness, this joyful feeling, that inner peace and fun. I love this card. They're like besties. Right? And overall energy also is the Singer of the Chalice. This is a transformation. The masculines are going through a transformation right now. They've just come out probably of the dark night of the soul even. For some of them, they've gone through their transformation. They are going through a death of the soul and a rebirth, which is a very lonely. The feminines here probably have pulled back, which is this indecision, because while they've been putting so much energy into the masculines, and then all of a sudden they pull their energy back. Why? Because that reverses the pull, right? Then the feminine's not chasing, she's running, she's dealing with herself, well, healing herself. Maybe she has to deal with herself, or her issues, her finances, etc. Since dealing came out, we'll go with it. But this is the masculine that caused that trigger in them to go through the death and rebirth of their soul. And so while this week is probably an uncomfortable time for them, they're just coming back through and able to communicate. They're maybe even looking at communicating their feelings for a change, but they're all in their emotions. It's a lot of water energy here as well as enlightenment. Okay. They're realizing that they do have gifts and they are hiding them. They are trying to still be that little protective shell. Not little, but be a little protective of themselves like a shell. Okay. So they might still be having a little bit of a guard up because they're trying their best. They're really coming out of this energy where they want to come forward with their truth or their feelings. And it's not typical for a male, masculine, divine masculine or not. It's not typical for the male to be all emotional and sharing his feelings. That's more of a feminine energy. So if you're female and more in your masculine side of yourself, you might not feel or express your emotions and feelings well either. But each gender has both feminine and masculine. We both have testosterone and estrogen in our human body. Alright, so they're starting to shine. The Spirit says that now that they've had their rebirth, they have that glow that the Divine Feminine has, and they're listening to their spirit guides, are really trying. They are still surrounded by darkness for some of them. There might still be with the karmic. They're trying to listen to their higher self, trying to hear the spirit guides, but they still need to come out of that monkey mind so that they can meditate and be at peace to listen to spirit. They are also still getting all fired up. They have their target. They know what they want. They're trying to move forward, but they're right there on the verge of not anger or temper, but fired up enough of what they want and not able to reach it, that they sometimes might snap or sting in the situation. Like I said, that was a reading in itself. Let's see where we're at. 23 minutes, not as bad as I thought. Alright, so I'm going to put this one center. Oops. And this one center. And then let me get some stones. That way. And I'm going to set this one over here. I don't know if it'll still be in the camera. That way you can still review it if you want. Or make notes. Alright, Spirit, give us true, precise messages for the general collective, overall energy of what they're going through today. Some people are going through their Kundalini awakening today as well as yesterday. A lot of awakenings. A Again, you may be feeling, when the Kundalini starts to rise through your chakras, then you may feel some discomfort or weirdness in that chakra, such as, let's say, your solar plexus. You may get sick to your stomach and vomit. Alright, you may get a headache or something that if you need to rest. Where was the rest one? Oh, this one. Divine Feminines, if you need time to rest, then take the time to rest if possible at your lunchtime at work. Go out to the car and take a nap, maybe, because while you're going through this the next couple weeks, you're going to be needing a lot more rest. Synchronized message for Divine Feminine, please, for today. And masculines, please. Give me the 5 cards for masculines. 5 cards for masculines. And precise message for my masculines in the collective for today. Or the divine masculines or the feminines. Okay, and overall energy for them together. Overall energy for them together. So the moon card's the first one up, and it's it's 18, so it breaks to a number 9. And since we have the full moon coming into 12, when's on the 12th? I think this is, with this moon energy coming in today, through today and tomorrow, it's definitely things that need to be looked at. There are something still coming between the two of you, so this could come forward. This little crab here has the science, or alchemy symbol that seems to be coming between you and going down the path. While the two of you are opposing energies, you know, crying, communications, both telepathically right now, perhaps even some text messages, and there's still this thing between you that needs to be looked at. You need to open this box. It almost reminds me of the Pandora box, with the exception of Pandora box was not really a good thing, evidently. But that's just the point, I guess, would be it's something from the shadow side that needs to be looked at and needs to be addressed. Spirit saying this needs to be addressed, that you need to open this before things can go forward, especially now, because that way they can be released to the ethers in rapid time. Why? Because the portals and the high frequencies are there to release it to move things forward much more rapidly than if you're waiting and going through another karmic cycle. And perhaps this Pandora box may even be the karmic itself still standing between the two of you. Again, it still needs to be looked at, released. Okay, Five of Cups, this is the Divine Feminine looking at all the things she's lost through this journey. Maybe that's part of this wishy-wash thing, right? Don't look back. We can't go back. Who wants to go back? Goodness, we have grown so much, Divine Feminines, and you have to admit life is so much better. You're so much more at peace. You have inner peace now. Who would want to go back to this chaos of, fish in a cup? Who wants to be a part of a three-party situation? No, you don't. And if that's still the situation, then pull your energy back or deal with it the way you need to for your situation. This situation is still bringing a lot of tears, which means you still have pain, still have inner child healing to work on, so that you can release these traumas from your past, to find that calmer waters, that inner peace, to bridge the gap that's coming between the two of you. Two of Swords. You are still defending this, but some of you have set your boundaries, and you're standing there protecting these flames, perhaps from the karmic or negative energies, from evil. But you are still feeling left out in the cold. You're a little annoyed by it as well, which again needs to go in the heart chakra and heal that also. Be accepting. It was tipping. Sorry. Squirrel moment. But you have your feet on solid ground. You have your foot on the rock, holding true to that, because you know you're in your belief system. Spirit is giving you the direction, the guidance to move forward, in which steps to take. To just stay at a distance, protecting these two flames while they're sitting in their toxicity, still healing their issues. Send them positive vibrations, send them healing from a distance. You can ask your travel high priestess or call in their spirit to do healing in front of you energetically, and then when they go back, you release them back, then they will feel that energy and healing that you're sending. Wheel of Fortune. Things do want to move forward, and you are using your third eye. You're not necessarily focused on the things you see with your two eyes. You're trusting in spirit so that this wheel can move forward. And for those that, sometimes people say you can't, the wheel's going to turn anyways. You can block it. That's why we have blockages. That's why we say you're stuck in a situation, because you've stopped the wheel from moving. So this wheel wants to turn forward. This little snake here needs to get dropped off. There's some kind of toxicity still hanging on, that as the wheel turns, it'll fall off and be gone. It's not up here causing drama or issue. But this is like the ready, set, go. Time is now. The wheel's turning. You need to move. And you're moving towards this Two of Cups. You're moving towards the calmer waters, the greener pasture, that happy ever after, the dreams. You're tired of climbing the mountains alone, this struggle on opposing mountains. You're mirroring one another. You are energetically sending healing energy this week to your divine counterpart. Alright, so the masculine, I'll do these after. The masculines are focused on their Queen of Pentacles. They know you're loyal to them. They know that you are sitting solid in your spiritual path, your soul purpose, your mission. You're building your pentacles, understanding the science of the quantum physics behind this, of energy, that we're all connected, and listening to your intuition. They admire that. Okay, I guess I wasn't done with that one. They admire that about you. They do look up to you because you are solid. They see you as someone who is stable and loyal. Four of Pentacles, they might be still holding on to their material possessions, being a little greedy, not necessarily balancing things in the right way. As you can see, he is balanced, but honestly, it doesn't really look that comfortable. No, So he's not comfortable over there by any stretch of the means. He's working to build his pentacles and to save what he can, maybe even a little too materialistic. But it's the stability that he's used to, the foundation of the home that he was brought up on. Perhaps some of the masculine still need to uproot some of their old belief systems and let go of the thought that they have to stay married to that karmic or support that karmic. No, the karmic can earn her karma and go get a job. Just saying. But they are listening to their intuition. They are trying to be grounded with Mother Earth, be in nature more, so that they can get a better understanding of this, so that they can get a grasp of this connection. The Divine Feminines have had much longer of a journey to understand this, and with our downloads and this, the collective being able to discuss things here, even on YouTube, with one another. But the masculines have not had that. They just have listening. If they're able to hear their spirit guides, then they're getting that. And then with the energy or telepathic communication from the Divine Feminine, they're getting that. In other words, they're kind of on their own with their growth and understanding this connection of what's going on. They feel that you release them. They know they had that energy shift, like a glass breaking, like someone just dropped a glass, their heart shattered. They felt that shift. They know that you released them because of the three-party situation or because they were putting someone else first. They know that you're standing solid on your rock and you're not budging with your boundaries, which is good, Divine Feminine. You need to stand your boundaries. They will come back to you when they have rid themselves of the toxicity that was divinely guided to keep them from bringing your vibration down. They know that you've moved forward regarding this, that you've taken your sword, your boundaries, surrounded yourself with it. They are with you spiritually, or they're with you like in the 5D, they're with you energetically. They are listening to their higher guidance, their higher self, moving this boat to calm waters with you, but in the 3D they're still healing that toxicity. They are coming now because of this rapid change coming in and Spirit really moving things forward for this union, to raise the vibration of the earth and Mother, Father Sky communication coming into this week. If you don't hear by today or tomorrow, you certainly will in the next few days. Again, Spirit is guiding this communication regarding the two of you, divinely guiding, pushing this communication with a new beginning. Ace of Wands. 7 of Cups is about the choices that you have ahead of you. Between the two of you, you still have self-will, you still have choices to make, which is why Indy's here. He's wishy-washy on some of this. Do I want to cross that water or stay on this side? What if I can't swim? Well, sink or swim. But the boat's moving on, Spirit says. The messages are getting much more direct that I get from Spirit. They're getting much more, not forceful, but urgency. An urgency, yes, thank you. I'm going to take this because it was in the wrong deck, and I always make sure they're not, so I don't know why it's in here. Yes, he's coming forward. The Knight of Wands. He's going to have trouble speaking his truth to you because he knows you're a high priestess. He will see your glow. He is trying to just test the waters right now to see if it's safe to communicate or if you're going to throw him in the water, right? The hawk represents truth, courage, moving forward. Spirit gives true, precise messages for the Divine Feminine. We're going to clarify this card. The Moon card, please. Spirit, clarify the Moon card for any additional information you'd like to share with the Divine Collective. Moon card. Having strength, like the strength of a lion regarding this flame connection, but you're willing to go it alone, Divine Feminines. I was going to say ladies, but there are masculine men that are considered the feminine, so, and there are some women considered the masculine. Yeah. Again, follow. It's clarified with the Moon card. having to still come out of this. This communication has to take place, or these towers are going to fall, Spirit's telling me. These birds right now remind me of tears coming down their face, because if this communication doesn't take place, there will be tears, because it's going to go into another cycle. Feminines are going to be moving on. Spirit's going to have to bring in perhaps even someone else into their life to move that awakening, to move that union forward energetically. There's a mission to be had, and it's urgent that we raise the vibration of the earth with the unconditional love. So the moon energy is here, him moving forward, but he does have to get past this crab. This crab right now, I've never even seen it here before, but it's representing to me as a karmic situation. This karmic doesn't have to be a person. It could be a person, place, or thing. It could be a job. It could be a mother-in-law. Or it could be a karmic spouse. It could be children. But they have a lot of stormy waters to get through to get to you. And Spirit's saying they need to move, and they need to move now, or these towers are going to crumble down. And it is going to take a lot of strength to get through it this time. So be strong, Divine Feminines. Be strong. Heal yourself. Also, a lot of spiritual attacks are occurring in the outer realm, so protect energetically, protect yourself, get yourself some black tourmaline. Again, they even sell these little necklaces that are black tourmaline, pendants, whatever you want to call them. If you don't have access to a metaphysical store, you can email me and I'll send you an invoice. You can also email me if you are looking for a personal reading to see your situation or where you need more healing. Spirit, clarify the Five of Cups, please. Clarify the Five of Cups. Some of the changes occurring are going to make the Divine Masculines really uncomfortable, because the change is going to happen this week so rapidly for them that some of them might not be accustomed to moving quite as making those changes quite as fast. This Strength card kind of reminds me, not for everyone, but for some, that this Lion perhaps almost gives me the energy of a masculine that was not happy that he had to be tamed by his Divine Feminine. She reined him in, sat him down, and explained to him the error of his mind. I don't know who that is, but Five of Cups, Spirit, Five of Cups. For the feminine. Yeah, the Divine Feminine, Six of Swords, moving forward to calmer waters. She's taking her higher self with her as a Queen of Swords. She set her boundaries. She's in her truth, waiting there, sitting pretty on her throne. If he comes to her correctly, then she's there for him when he brings her that Ace of Cups. On the bottom is the Emperor. The Wheel of Fortune wants to turn. But someone's hiding in the background. Someone's hiding something in the background that's preventing this from turning. A spirit sending in the spiritually guided, is definitely spiritually protected, but he's also sending in the angels. And for this one, looks like an angel wings on like a panther or a jaguar up here. Like it's like an animal with angel wings up here being sent in for protection to guide this along. Wheel of Fortune. Clarify the second Wheel of Fortune. The Queen of Cups, yes, because the Queen, the High Priestess, is nurturing herself. She's filled her own cups. She's taken her throne in her power with love, unconditional love, and passion for all living things. Because the Six of Pentacles was not equal, there are 3 women involved. Let's see. But the Divine Masculine is going to come forward. He is going to surrender this week to the Divine Great Spirit and to the Divine Feminine, asking for forgiveness. This also reminds me right now of an energy of a proposal. Someone, he's on one knee. He's not like bowing down to the Divine, but this is, he's on one knee asking for marriage. Because he's seen the light. He's listening to his higher self, his higher guidance from the Divine. Because he knows the connection with you is only blossoming more and more. Clarify the Two of Cups. Yes, he's coming in as a Knight of Pentacles with a small token of love for you. Anything else for Two of Cups? Because he knows you're the Empress. You are birthing this new beginning. You are birthing this new, deeper connection. That they just see you as someone who radiates love and light. Was there more than one there? No. Anything else for the Divine Feminine side? Yes, 5 of Cups, because she is loving herself, holding on to the connection with this, but walked away because of a 3-party situation. But Justice came in and removed that situation. Cut that out. So that they can have that 10 of Cups together, he has to turn his back on the karmic. He does have to fill his own cup. He has to have unconditional love for himself before he can love the Divine Feminine. But he is manifesting this new beginning. He has chosen you, Divine Feminine, of the 2, finally, correctly, to come forward for whoever this is for. And this may not resonate for all of you. For some of you, they may choose the karmic again and have to go through that other cycle, Spirit says. But sit in your throne, Divine Feminines, be the Queen of Pentacles, build your pentacles and love yourself and get in soul purpose and mission. Because that will bring you financial abundance. Just trust that he will choose you, but for now you need to choose yourself and move forward. Take the leap of faith. Spirit has your back. There has been a choice made. This is not the indecision card. This is 2 of Swords, that she has made her decision. She chose herself. She's taking her sword, moving away from stormy waters. She's no longer going to be an option, Spirit said. She knows her worth. She knows that she has put in the work and it has not been equal. That the Hierophant has a lot of work to self-do. Well, he may be understanding this connection with the flame, protecting the flame, but he needs to, as a Hierophant, still needs to come to her correctly. Because he knows she's the High Priestess. She's in her power. So that they can have their wish fulfillment. That was a perfect section. 49. Alright, masculines. Divine. Alright, Queen of Pentacles. We know is their Divine Feminine. We're going to clarify the 4 of Pentacles. This flipped over without knowing. Spirit says take it. The masculines are leaving behind, fleeting rapidly. Look at this man. He's flying out of there because he's been seeing the synchronicities of the hawks near him. He's flying out of this situation that no longer serves him. Spirit is thrusting him out of that situation, literally throwing him into that chariot to get in his throne, to take his place in his mission. He is trying to manifest this new beginning. He's trying to find the tools that are within himself to manifest this new beginning with you, and put aside the three-party situation and his addiction to sex or other women or other men. Gender is irrelevant, but he's also needing to let go of the material possessions, the greed that he has. His perspective of money or materialistic things make him who he is. It's a faulty foundation, a faulty belief system that he's had his whole life. This is something he's been raised with. Perhaps he was raised poor, and as he's built up his own little empire, that he doesn't want to let that go to the karmic. So he is really holding on tight. But his life is nothing but chaos without you. And Spirit said, this is the truth, Ace of Swords. He knows that you are very gifted, Three of Wands, that you've released him, right? Yes, this is Spirit saying Page of Rocks, Page of Crystals, Page of Cups. Spirit is also showering the masculine with gifts as well as the divine feminine. And these gifts are not to be hidden away within yourself, nor are they used to do harm to anyone. Not to use them with pride or ego, but to share them with the universe, such as this, like to heal others. Yes, many of you are healers. He's having to walk away from his, again, the addiction, this illusion that passion or flame is going to be fulfilling. He's had a good look in the mirror and he didn't like what he saw. He needs to change and he knows it. He's trying to do the work. Spirit says, again, he's wearing 3 different masks. He finally realized that when he's at work, he's a different person, pretends to be a different person. When he's in a home environment, he's pretending to be someone else. When he's with his friends, he's pretending to be someone different, or she. Again, gender's irrelevant. But he's hiding his true self. But Spirit's putting an end to that and planting this new seed so that he can have this new beginning with you, with fulfillment, with the Ace of Cups. I know that was fast channeling, but if it comes in, I have to speak it as fast as it's coming in. Six of Swords. The King of Swords, shooting to the stars, bridging the gap between you. Again, because he's seen himself in the mirror and didn't like what he saw, and he knows that it was he's broken and needs to fix himself. Spirit has shown him, these are my Ebenezer Scrooge cards, both of these. Through nightmares, through dreams, Spirit has shown him the masks he wore and the illusions that he thought everyone would laugh at him if he was his true self. And the fact that he was trying to be, with these antlers, someone different, someone he wasn't meant to be. Spirit has illuminated his snake energy, illuminated his devil energy of the things he was doing, the deceit, the lies, the games, mind games. I'm hearing a lot of mind games. And people are watching this connection, but that doesn't mean they're laughing, although they have been watching this situation. It's time to dance to the beat of their own drum with celebration. Stop being the Knight of Wands in and out. Just clarify the Knight of Wands. Be the protector, heal themselves. Anything else for the Divine Masculines? Oh. Let me get you an oracle. Sorry. The camera stand is between me and my other cards. Spirit, give us true, precise messages to finish out this reading. It's going to end in a few minutes, so I just want to get you a couple of oracle cards. So, disruption. You're going to feel like you're falling apart, Divine Masculine. It's like shattering. This is the death of the soul and the rebirth. Okay? You're going to come up, Spirit's putting you back together a whole new way. You're going to need that spiritual strength. So meditate, trust, surrender, so that you can move on. Move forward in this higher vibration to the light. This is what I have for you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Namaste.